Hi, and welcome to Meander Formation with Mr. Mercer on Geography Geeks. This is a very typical question where you'll be asked to explain how a meander forms in a river. Meanders are large looping bends, typically found in the middle to lower course. When answering a question like this, it's best to try to use a diagram. And it's easiest to break your diagrams up into three stages. Okay, so the first diagram that I would draw would look like this. It's a straight river course at this juncture, and I would put two labels on. The first label would show pools. These are deep and therefore slow moving water. The second would be riffles, which are shallow, therefore fast moving. Okay. In diagram 2, I would point out that on the inside bend, point 3, we find slower moving water, therefore deposition of a beach takes place. And at point 4 on our diagram, I would mention how the faster moving water on the outside bend causes erosion of a river cliff. And you can see that I've done a dotted line to show where the river cliff would be underneath the outside bank. At this point, point 4, you should mention the processes of erosion that are relevant. Those are abrasion, when the water throws particles of rock or soil at the banks, eroding them away, and hydraulic action, when the sheer force of the water, forcing itself and bubbles of gas into cracks in the rock, shatter it apart. And that takes us on to the final diagram. The final diagram is a cross-section through a meander bend, and the only label you really need to put on this would be number 5, and that's for the helicoidal flow. And the helicoidal flow, which you can see detailed on the diagram, assists in eroding the outside bend and transporting that material to the inside bend, forming a river beach. Okay, so in summary, you want to talk about riffles and pools and be able to tell the difference between a riffle and a pool. You want to mention that the water is fast at the outside bend. You want to mention the two processes of erosion, hydraulic action and abrasion. Through those processes, a river cliff is made. Then you want to mention the slower water at the inside bend, the fact that that leads to deposition of a river beach. Finally, mention helicoidal flow, and you can mention that it assists in the erosion of the outside and construction of inside bends. Notice how I've divided my answer into 3 easy sections: outside bend, inside bend, and cross-section of helicoidal flow. Okay, I hope that helped. If you've got any questions, come and find me in class.